My name is Lyraen Voss. I want to tell you something that still hurts me today. It is about my best friend. Her name is Orivella Dorn. I trusted her so much. I trusted her like family. But everything changed one day, slowly, quietly, like something breaking inside my heart. I met Orivella 3 years ago at school. I still remember that day. It was a hot morning. I was new. I felt nervous. I felt small. I did not know anyone. I sat alone in the classroom. I looked down at my desk. I did not talk. I did not smile. Then she came. She walked to me and said, "Can I sit here?" Her voice was soft. Her smile was warm. I looked up and nodded. I felt a little shy, a little scared, but also a little happy. That was the start. We became close very fast. Every day we talked. We laughed. We shared food. We walked home together. People started to say, "You two are always together." And it was true. We were always together. I told her everything about me. I told her my secrets. I told her my fears. I told her things I never told anyone before. She listened. She nodded. She said, "I understand." I believed her. I really believed her. Sometimes I would feel sad. I would say, "I feel tired. I feel confused." And she would hold my hand and say, "It's okay, I'm here." Those words meant a lot to me. They made me feel safe. Orivella also shared her stories. She talked about her family. She talked about her problems. I listened too. I wanted to be a good friend. I wanted to be someone she could trust. We had many small moments, simple moments, but they were special to me. We studied together before exams. We bought snacks after school. We sat under the big tree near the gate and talked about life. One day she said, "Lyraen, you are my only real friend." I smiled. I felt warm inside. I said, "You are my best friend too." At that time, I thought everything was perfect. But slowly, something started to feel strange. It was small at first. Very small. I did not understand it. I did not think too much. I just felt something was not right. One afternoon, I walked into the classroom. I saw two girls talking. They stopped when they saw me. They looked at me in a strange way. One of them whispered something. Then they both looked away. I felt confused. I felt uncomfortable. I thought, maybe I am thinking too much. So I ignored it. But it did not stop. Another day, I heard my name again. I was walking behind some classmates. They did not see me. One girl said, "Is it true about Lyraen?" The other girl laughed a little and said, "I heard it too." My heart started to beat fast. I felt cold. I wanted to ask, "What did you hear?" But I was scared. I stayed quiet. I walked away. That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking, what are they saying about me? Why are they talking like that? I felt worried. I felt scared. The next day, I asked Orivella. I said, "Hey, do you know anything? People are acting strange." I tried to sound calm, but my voice was not strong. It was weak. It was shaking a little. She looked at me and frowned. "What do you mean?" she asked. I said, "I don't know, but I feel like people are talking about me." She shook her head quickly. "No, no. You are thinking too much. People are just like that. Don't worry." Her words were simple. Her face looked normal. So I believed her again. I told myself, it's okay. Maybe I am just overthinking. I wanted to trust her. I really wanted to trust her. But inside, something still felt wrong. Days passed. The strange feeling grew bigger. People looked at me differently. Some ignored me. Some whispered when I walked by. Some gave me fake smiles. I felt alone. Even when I was not alone, I felt alone. One time, I sat in the cafeteria. I saw a group of girls looking at me. One of them said something. They all laughed. I could not hear clearly, but I knew it was about me. I looked down at my food. I could not eat. My hands felt cold. My chest felt tight. I thought, why is this happening? What did I do? After school, Orivella came to me. She smiled like always. "Let's go home together," she said. I looked at her face. I tried to find something, anything, a sign. But I saw nothing strange. She looked the same, kind, friendly, normal. So I walked with her. We talked about small things, homework, teachers, nothing serious. But my mind was not calm. I kept thinking. I kept feeling uneasy. At one moment, I almost asked her again. I almost said, "Are you sure you don't know anything?" But I stopped. I was afraid. Afraid of what she might say. Afraid of what I might hear. That night, I looked at my phone. I saw messages in a group chat. Some classmates were talking. I read slowly, carefully. Then I saw it. Someone wrote, "Lyraen is fake. She talks bad about everyone." My eyes became wide. My heart dropped. I felt shocked. I felt hurt. I whispered to myself, "That's not true. I never said that." More messages came. "She is not a good person. She lies a lot. I heard she talks behind our backs." I could not believe it. I felt pain in my chest. I felt tears in my eyes. I wanted to reply. I wanted to defend myself, but my hands were shaking. I could not type. I closed my phone. I sat in silence. I kept thinking, who said these things? Who started this? Then one thought came into my mind. Orivella. I quickly shook my head. No, no, it can't be her, I said softly. She is my best friend. She would not do that. I wanted to believe that. I really did. But deep inside, a small voice said, "What if it is her?" I felt scared. I felt confused. I did not know what to think anymore. I lay on my bed and stared at the ceiling. I felt tired. I felt broken. And for the first time, I started to question my best friend. I asked myself, do I really know her? That question stayed in my heart, and it did not go away. The next morning, I woke up early. I did not sleep well. My head felt heavy. My eyes hurt. I looked at the ceiling and stayed there for a long time. I did not want to go to school. I felt scared. I felt weak. But I still went. I walked slowly to school. Each step felt hard. My heart was beating fast again. I kept thinking about the messages. Lyraen is fake. She talks bad about everyone. Those words stayed in my mind. They did not leave. When I entered the classroom, everything felt different. The same room, the same desks, the same people. But the feeling was not the same. Some students looked at me and then looked away. Some whispered. Some did not even look at me at all. It felt cold. It felt lonely. I sat in my seat quietly. I took out my books. My hands were slow. My body felt heavy. I did not talk to anyone. Then Orivella came in. She smiled when she saw me. "Good morning, Lyraen," she said, like always. I looked at her. I tried to smile back, but my smile was small. It was not real. "Good morning," I said. She sat next to me. She started talking about homework, about a teacher, about something funny that happened yesterday. Her voice was normal. Her face was calm. I listened, but I was not really listening. I kept looking at her. I kept thinking, "Is it you? Did you do this?" But I did not say it. I could not say it. I felt afraid. During the lesson, I could not focus. The teacher was talking, but I did not understand anything. My mind was full of questions, full of fear. At break time, I decided to try again. I turned to Orivella and said, "Can I ask you something?" She looked at me and smiled. "Of course. What is it?" I took a deep breath. My heart was beating fast. "People are saying bad things about me," I said slowly. "Did you hear anything?" She looked surprised. "Again?" she said. "Lyraen, why are you thinking like this?" I felt a little hurt. "Because it's real," I said. "I saw messages. People are talking about me." She shook her head. "People like to talk. They like drama. You should ignore it." Her words were calm. Too calm. I said, "But someone started it." She looked at me for a second. Then she said, "I don't know anything about that." I watched her face carefully. I tried to see something, a small change, a small lie. But she looked normal again. I felt confused. I felt lost. "Okay," I said softly. But inside, I was not okay. The day went on. It felt long, very long. Every class felt heavy. Every minute felt slow. At lunch, I sat alone. I usually sit with Orivella, but that day, she said she needed to talk to someone else. She left quickly. I watched her walk away. I felt strange. I felt empty. I sat with my food. I looked around. People were talking, laughing, but not with me, not near me. I heard my name again. Lyraen. I looked up slowly. Two girls at the next table were whispering. One of them looked at me and then quickly looked away. I felt my chest tighten again. "I didn't do anything," I whispered to myself. "Why are they doing this?" I felt like crying, but I did not cry. I just sat there, quiet, still. After school, I waited for Orivella. She came out of the classroom with a group of girls. She was laughing, smiling, talking happily. For a moment, I felt happy to see her smile. But then I felt something else. Why is she laughing like nothing is wrong? She saw me and waved. "Lyraen, wait!" She ran to me. The other girls stayed behind. "Sorry," she said. "I was just talking." I nodded. "It's okay?" We started walking together again, like always. But it did not feel the same. There was silence. I wanted to speak. I wanted to say everything in my heart, but the words did not come out. Finally, I said, "Do you think I am a bad person?" She stopped walking. "What?" she said. I looked down. "People are saying I talk bad about others. Do you think that about me?" There was a short silence. Then she laughed a little. "Of course not," she said. "You are overthinking again." Her answer was fast. Too fast. I nodded slowly. Okay. But I did not feel better. That night, I checked my phone again. More messages. More rumors. Someone wrote, "She told me she hates us." Another message said, "She told Orivella that we are annoying." My hands froze. I read that message again. "She told Orivella." My heart stopped for a second. I whispered, "Orivella?" I felt cold all over my body. I thought, if they heard it from Orivella, then... I could not finish that thought. "No," I said quickly. "No, no, she would not do that." But the doubt was bigger now, stronger. I opened our chat. I looked at our messages, old messages, happy messages, funny messages. "I'm always on your side. You can trust me. I will never hurt you." I read those words again and again. My eyes filled with tears. "I trusted you," I whispered. I did not know what was true anymore. I did not know who to believe. The next day, I watched her more carefully. Every word, every action, every look. She still smiled. She still talked to me. She still acted like my best friend. But sometimes, I saw small things. When others talked about me, she stayed quiet. When someone laughed about a rumor, she did not stop them. One time, I saw her whispering to another girl. They both looked at me. Then they looked away. My heart sank. That moment felt different. That moment felt real. I felt something break inside me. I said to myself, "Something is wrong. Something is very wrong." I felt scared. But this time, I also felt something else. I felt ready to know the truth. No matter how painful it is, no matter how much it hurts. I needed to know, because living like this was worse than the truth. The next day, I woke up with one clear thought in my mind. I need the truth. I cannot live like this anymore. I cannot keep asking myself the same questions again and again. It was too painful, too heavy. I looked at myself in the mirror. My eyes looked tired. My face looked pale. I whispered, "Be strong." But my voice was soft. I did not feel strong. I felt scared. I felt weak. But I still went to school. That day, everything felt sharper. Every sound, every look, every whisper. I noticed more things, small things, things I did not see before. When I entered the classroom, I saw Orivella already sitting. She smiled at me like always. "Good morning," she said. I looked at her. I nodded. "Good morning." I sat down next to her. My body felt stiff. My heart was beating fast again. I did not smile much. I did not talk much. She looked at me and said, "Are you okay?" I paused. I wanted to say, "No, I am not okay. I am hurt. I am confused. I feel broken." But I did not say that. Instead, I said, "I'm just tired." She nodded. "You should rest more," she said. Her voice was gentle, but now it felt different. It did not feel warm anymore. During class, I tried to listen. I really tried, but my mind kept going back to the same place. the same question. Is it her? At break time, I decided to do something small, something careful. I walked to a girl in my class. Her name was Nira. We were not very close, but we talked sometimes. She was kind, quiet, not the type to lie. I said, "Hey, can I ask you something?" She looked a little surprised. "Sure." I looked around. I felt nervous. "About the rumors. Do you know where they started?" She hesitated. I saw it clearly. She hesitated. My heart started beating faster. "It's okay," I said softly. "I just want to know." She looked at me again. Then she looked away. I don't know everything," she said. That answer hurt. "But you know something," I said quietly. She stayed silent for a moment. Then she said very softly, "I heard it came from someone close to you." My chest felt tight. "Who?" I asked. She shook her head quickly. "I don't want to get involved." I felt my eyes start to burn. "Please, I need to know." She looked at me one more time. Then she whispered, "Some people said it was Orivella." Everything went silent. I could not hear anything, not the voices, not the noise, nothing. Just that one name, Orivella. I felt like the ground moved under my feet. "No," I said. My voice was weak. "That's not possible." Nira looked sad. "I'm sorry," she said. "I don't know if it's true. It's just what I heard." I nodded slowly. I could not speak anymore. I walked away, slowly, like I was not in control of my body. My mind was spinning. "It's not true. It's not true," I kept saying in my head. But my heart was not so sure. I went back to the classroom. Orivella was there. She looked up and smiled. "Where did you go?" she asked. I looked at her face. I saw her eyes. I saw her smile. And for the first time, I felt something break completely. I did not see my best friend. I saw a stranger. "I just went outside," I said. She nodded. "Okay." She went back to her phone. Like nothing was wrong. Like everything was normal. But nothing was normal anymore. The rest of the day felt like a dream. A bad dream. I moved. I listened. I answered questions. But inside, I was not there. I kept remembering all our moments, the laughs, the talks, the promises. "I will never hurt you." That sentence echoed in my mind again and again. After school, I did not wait for her. I walked home alone. Each step felt heavy. My chest hurt, my head hurt, my heart hurt. When I reached home, I went straight to my room. I closed the door. I sat on the floor. And then I cried. I cried for a long time. I cried because I was hurt. I cried because I felt stupid. I cried because I trusted her. "I trusted you," I said again and again. "I told you everything, everything." I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt empty. That night, I looked at my phone again. More messages, more lies. But this time, I looked closer. Some messages said, "Orivella told me." Some said, She heard it from Orivella. Now it was clear, too clear. My hands were shaking. I whispered, "It's really you." Tears fell again. But this time, something changed. The sadness was still there. The pain was still there. But now, there was also anger. A quiet anger. A strong anger. I stood up and looked at myself in the mirror again. My eyes were red. My face was wet. But my voice was stronger this time. I need to face her. I need to hear it from her. I need the truth. I took a deep breath. Tomorrow, I will ask her everything. No more fear. No more silence. No more lies. I felt scared, yes, but I also felt ready. Because this time, I will not run away. This time, I will face the truth, even if it breaks me completely. The next morning, I felt different. I still felt pain. I still felt fear. But something inside me was stronger now. I could not run anymore. I could not stay quiet anymore. I needed answers. I walked to school with a heavy heart. The sky was gray. The air felt cold. Everything felt slow. I kept thinking, today is the day. When I entered the classroom, I saw her. Orivella was sitting like always, calm, relaxed, smiling at her phone, like nothing was wrong, like she did nothing. I stood at the door for a moment. I looked at her. My chest felt tight. My hands felt cold. Then I walked to her. She looked up and smiled. "Lyraen, good morning." I did not smile. "Orivella," I said quietly. "Can we talk?" She blinked. "Of course. What's wrong?" "Not here," I said. "Outside." She looked a little confused, but she nodded. "Okay." We walked out of the classroom. The hallway was quiet. No one was around. It was just us. Just me. And her. My heart was beating so fast. I could hear it. I could feel it. I took a deep breath. Then I said, "Did you tell people that I talk bad about them?" There was silence. She looked at me. Her face changed for 1 second. Just 1 second. Then she laughed a little. "What? No, why would I do that?" Her voice was light, easy, like it was a small joke. But this time, I did not believe her. I looked straight into her eyes. "Please don't lie," I said. "I already know." Her smile became smaller. "I saw the messages," I said. "People said they heard it from you." She looked away for a moment. Then she crossed her arms. "People talk nonsense," she said. "You shouldn't believe everything." My chest hurt. "Then why are they saying your name?" I asked. My voice was shaking now. "Why are they saying you told them?" She sighed. She looked annoyed now. "I don't know," she said. "Maybe they just want to cause drama." Her words felt cold. I felt tears in my eyes again. "Orivella, please," I said softly. "Just tell me the truth." She stayed silent. That silence, it said everything. I felt my heart break again, slowly, deeply. "You did it," I whispered. She looked at me again. This time, her face was not soft anymore. "It's not a big deal," she said. Those words hit me hard. Not a big deal? I stepped back a little. Not a big deal? I repeated. She shrugged. I just said a few things. People always talk. Why are you making it so serious? I could not believe what I was hearing. A few things, I said. You lied about me. You made people hate me. She rolled her eyes. I didn't make them hate you. They chose that. My hands were shaking. I trusted you, I said. My voice broke. I told you everything. You were my best friend. She looked at me, but there was no warmth in her eyes. You're too sensitive, she said. It's just words. Just words. I felt something inside me snap. No, I said, stronger now. It's not just words. It's my life. It's my name. It's my trust. She stayed quiet. I took a deep breath. Tears were falling now, but I did not stop. Why did you do it? I asked. There was a long silence. Then she said quietly, because people like me more when I have stories. I froze. What? I whispered. She looked away. When I talk about others, people listen, they laugh, they stay with me. I felt sick. So, you used me? I said. She did not answer. That was the answer. I closed my eyes for a moment. Tears rolled down my face. My chest felt empty now. Not angry, not loud, just empty. I was your friend, I said softly. A real friend. She did not say anything. I opened my eyes again. I looked at her one last time. I don't know you anymore, I said. My voice was calm now, very calm. But I know one thing. I paused. I will never trust you again. She looked at me, but she said nothing, and that was the end. I turned around and walked away. I did not look back. Each step felt painful, but also a little lighter. I lost a friend, but I also found the truth. The days after that were not easy. People still talked. Some still believed the lies. Some still looked at me in a strange way. But slowly, things changed. Some people came to me and said, I'm sorry, I did not know the truth. Some people started to understand. And I stayed quiet. I stayed strong. I did not fight with words. I just lived honestly. Because I knew who I was. I knew the truth. And that was enough. Sometimes I still feel sad. I remember our good times. I remember her smile. I remember our promises. And I feel pain. But I also remind myself, not everyone who smiles is your friend. Not everyone who listens is honest. Trust is not a game. Trust is something soft, something fragile. Once it breaks, it does not come back the same. My story is simple. I trusted someone. She broke that trust, and I walked away. That is my choice. That is my strength. And this is my lesson. Choose your friends carefully. Trust slowly. And if someone hurts you again and again, don't stay. Because real friends do not destroy you. Real friends protect you. I learned this the hard way, but now I will never forget.